Alright, so in this video we're going to take a look at block designs. Block designs is another way to code in Vivado. Compared to when you write specific code, you're going to combine blocks now. To create a block design, you're going to go on the IP integrator over here, and you're going to press create block design. And we'll give it a name. We're going to call it counter clock divider. Yes. We're going to wait for Vivado to do its stuff as usual. And then now we don't want to look at the TCL console. We want to go to sources, and now we've written the clock divider and the counter. So now we can drag and drop these into our block design. We will have the clock divider here. We'll have the counter. Oops. There we go. And now to combine different ports of the blocks, you simply just press and drag. So we're gonna want to take the clock divider, and then the output of the clock divider is of course going to go into the clock of the counter, and we know that our resets are gonna be so to make a port on the block design as an output or input port, then you just press the port and press Control T, or you can right click on it and press make external. So now we have an external reset port. We can combine our two reset ports from the two blocks. And now we just have the clock, the enable, and the output over here of the counter left. And to make all of these external, you can simply just mark everything, press Control A, and then Control T to make everything external. So now we have all of the output ports and the input ports, and we're ready to try to simulate this. To simulate a block design, you want to go on design sources and then right click on your block design. You need to now create a HDL wrapper. We'll just let Vivado do all of its stuff here, no need to change anything. And then it's going to create a wrapper for you. The wrapper is then going to be able to be simulated. So you can uh, configure your own wave window however you like. So now that you have the simulation, you've put the different things here. We can simulate our block design to see if it works. We'll force the clock. We will set the enable as high. We'll set the reset as low. There we go. And then we can run the simulation. Um, mm, 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 mm. And then we can see here how we now see the internal signal. We can see the clock divided counter. And we can see that every time the clock divided signal on every rising edge, then the internal signal here goes up and the output signal also goes up. So we can see that it works as intended. One important thing to remember here is when you, this is a very simple block design. When you go up and make more complicated block designs and you simulate them several times because you find errors, then you don't want to configure the wave window every single time. So when you close this simulation, it'll come up and ask you that the waveform has been configured. Do you want to save this? What this does is that when you then save this file, then every time that you open your simulation again, it will have saved this configuration window or this waveform window. So you can see all of these values here will still be there. You'll still have to set the clock, force the clock again and force the constants, but you don't need to go in and find them every time. So very recommended to save this. It'll prompt up and ask you where to save it, and you'll just save it somewhere. Doesn't really matter. And then you'll just add it to your project. So every time you change it, you'll just save it again, and you don't need to do anything more. Vivado will find the file and everything. Yes.